I want to follow up what happened in Pittsburgh, and I want to be clear, this is not to dunk on the Penguins.
Yeah.
We talked about Tristan Jarry and his struggles, and basically, the Athletic Pittsburgh saying he shouldn't be he shouldn't be playing, and he wasn't. So Blomqvist and Nedeljkovic dressed for the Penguins this weekend. Not Tristan Jarry was not in uniform, and you know who else was a notable scratch? Michael Bunting.
Oh boy. Did he miss a practice or was he late for something?
No idea.
Dude, he was so unreal for them down the stretch. There's no way him having a tough start to the season was...
And there's no way that Anthony Beauvillier is the answer.
Man.
You're playing... I'm sorry, no disrespect to him and his family, but that to me is cardio merchant guy. And
I mean,
I just never have understood that player, why people valued what he brought so much. And it's interesting, and we'll get to Jarry in a second since we're talking about former Leaf Michael Bunting, is the Pittsburgh fan reaction to this, which is the exact reaction we're having.
What?
Which is, I can't believe, why are you scratching Bunting? Because he was unreal for us.
what happened? Just to make sure I'm not losing my mind, in 21 games with the Penguins after his trade from the Hurricanes, he had 6 goals, 13 assists, and 19 points. He was just shy of a point-a-game player for the Penguins.
Yep. Yeah.
And he's got 1 assist in 6 games. He has not been good. Guys, what are we doing? Really? And he's only got 2 penalties. That sounds like a lot, but it's really good for him. What are we doing?
The game before Saturday's game, it was kind of tailor-made that Mike Sullivan was going to do this, because in the middle of the game, Bunting got demoted from the second line, Malkin's line, to the third line. And then by the end of the game, he was playing on the fourth line. So Mike Sullivan, by the end of that game, already found Bunting useless. He wasn't useful enough to be on the second line when he started him.
He's wrong.
So his next solution was to scratch him to see if he can get his head in this. It's obviously been a very slow start to the season, and coaches have their ways of motivating guys. And if his game plan right now is, I don't have use for Michael Bunting on the second line where he's supposed to be playing, and I'd rather have somebody else in that position, then it makes sense on the surface, but I think there should be a little bit of a longer rope for Michael Bunting, considering what the spectacular run he had at the end of last year.
Every coach and every team he's had in the NHL has found a use for him. When he was with the Coyotes, 13 points in 21 games. Useful, 63 points in 79 games with the Leafs. Useful, 49 points in 82 games with the Leafs. Useful, 23 goals in both of those seasons, by the way. 13 goals and 36 points in 60 games with the Hurricanes. Useful, nearly a point a game with the Penguins last year under Mike Sullivan. Useful. So hopefully it's what you said it is. Grab him by the collar and wake him up.
I think it's more of that, especially the quotes coming out from him being like, yeah, I'm disappointed, but obviously I need to be playing better and that sort of stuff. It feels like a wake up, kid. Kind of
not stupid.
It's not a Michael Bunting sucks forever. It's I demoted you 2 times. You dropped down from line 2 to 3 and then 3 to 4. Now we got to do the actual wake up. You're out of the lineup. I'll put you back in because we're in dire straits here. We need to start winning and everybody needs to be playing well.
And the Penguins have succeeded over the years with players where you need to do that. Where you got to go, Mike, and you wake him up. Gino, Gino it's more like, hey, can you let go of that guy's throat? It's more like that, but Phil, there have been players to go through that team where you got to wake them up a little.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to not have faith in this player.
And honestly, though, it's what's fascinating about the Penguins right now. First off, they're living off of Gino.
Dude, he's so fucking good.
You know what's nuts, though? He's got 11 points in 7 games, still somehow a -5.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
they're not good.
They're not. No, they're bad team. Dude, they can't keep the puck out of their net. It's kind of a struggle.
Hard to do. But Blomqvist has looked good. I'm excited to see what Ned does because he's one of those guys that's like,
well, how dire is that?
Oh,
how dire is that?
It's dire.
Goalie looks good. Can't keep the puck out of your net. That's a team that's dead. I'm not saying the Penguins specifically. I'm just saying what I'm describing is a screwed team.
I didn't see all the goals that he let in on Friday, but I know they lost 4-1 when Blomqvist was in net, and so I don't know If
He might not be the answer.
If he's the long term, but it's one game. Obviously, he looked good before that.
I'm excited to see what Ned does, just because he had flashes of it in Carolina, and I wonder if that's just because that was a good defensive system, or if he actually is good because Detroit really took a chance on him. But which goalie in the league hasn't Detroit taken a chance on? They've had like 14 goalies in the last 2 years. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's crazy the amount of goaltending talent.
Alex Lyon beat up on the Preds last night.
Yeah, he did. Maybe they found, but Ned was.
That's only because they tried to start Saros and realized they didn't have him under contract. I thought it was a good joke. I'm trying to say they tried to start a goalie who wasn't theirs. That's not a good joke.
Wait, what?
I said the Red Wings tried to start Saros.
I see. Okay, yeah. No, okay.
Fuck, that's bad.
I just didn't get it, man. It's not because I don't love you and not Jesse. Thoughts deserve to interesting a meter.
We can go forward so Steve doesn't have to sit in this.
No.
always good to have supportive teammates.
I think we've been I don't think we were mean about it.
No.
Tristan Jarry, though, I'm wondering again, is there a trade? Now, the other thing that happened in the Jets Penguins game is the where is Rutger chance and Jaeger's better chance.
They're feeling themselves, right? They haven't friggin' lost, and Rutger McGroarty's in the minors. How do you? I mean, we're only a few games in, but how do you early win better than that?
And it was the exact reason that the Jets were like, no, you need another year. It was the skating. That was the big thing with Pittsburgh. It was a bunch of things, but the skating was an issue. And the Jets were like, hey.
But it's not like he had like a really public and viral incident in Toronto with his skating, right?
Stop.
What?
What are you
he
talking
did.
about?
When Domi
Jesus Christ.
deked his pants off. I
I
know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it was? Do you think that the Domi?
No, I'm just saying that probably added to it.
Yeah, it probably did.
I don't know if I'm going to say anything else. Fuck.
I'm sorry. I was right on board with you with that one. I don't understand.
What about this one?
I think we're a little reactive at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think,
What I would say is
chill, Daddy.
what I would say is sometimes you feel like, and this happened with Askarov too. I deserve a shot, and
No, you don't.
and they're saying no, you don't right now. Now Askarov's been really good, so maybe he gets a shot next. But I don't know about McGroarty and Brandon Yager. Seems like he's a really good prospect, so I think Winnipeg's thrilled.
I mean, how do you not feel good if you're a Jets fan right now?
I want to blow your mind with a stat that has nothing to do with either of those teams. Tyler Myers played his 1,000th game for the Vancouver Canucks this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He is the only active player from the Sabres that made the playoffs. So he's the last remaining Buffalo Sabre to have played in the playoffs that's active in the NHL.
For the Sabres.
For the Sabres.
The last time they made the playoffs.